channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm back with a card project. I've been stuck on cards lately, not gonna lie. So I wanted to bring you the Mother's Day card that I talked about last week or the last time. So I'm going to do everything in Design Space. So this will be a print then cut. I'm going to try to do some layering in Design Space. I am going to use everything in Design Space, including the images in Design Space. I'm not going out of this environment to grab any images. I'm going to use what you have in Design Space. Some of the elements that I am using are for Cricut Access attached to it, so a lot of what I'm going to be doing, you would need to have Cricut Access, but you can still, there are ways to work around this where you don't have to have it. You know, there's some creative things you can do if you do not have Cricut Access. So I'm going to show you basically what I've got. I've got 2 cards. I might end up doing a 3rd card. And all of these items and everything I've used was in Design Space. So I'm going to start with the basics. I'm just going to come down. Don't want to lose these, so I'll leave them here. Let's see. So I'm going to start with my card base. So everything I'm doing is out of Cricut Design Space, including designing the card base. So I'm going to go to this panel here where there's some functionality. I'm going to click on shapes. I'm going to get the square. I'm going to close that for now. So this card, so you have to decide what card base you're going to use. This is going to be a 5x7 card, so I am going to be changing these dimensions and sizes. So for this, let me make sure I get my mouse in order. It went everywhere. I'm going to unlock the proportion, so here. And then if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be 10 by 7. So when you fold it, it'll be 5 by 7. Yep. That's what it looks like. That's good. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to change my color to white. Then I want to score it in the center. So I'm going to go back to shape, grab a score line. This line here. Oops, I got to wrap 2. I don't need 2. So it's already set under operations. It says score. So I know my height is 7 for my card. So I'm going to click here under the size proportion, change that to 7. It's good to go. I'm going to grab the card base and the line. Whoops. Yeah, well, I'll do it over here on the layers panel, here and here. And then I am going to align center. There we go, right there. And then now that is my card base. When you fold that in half, it'll make a 5x7 card base. And then I'm going to ensure that my Cricut knows to score the cut. So I'm going to attach. And that makes that one layer. Okay, easy peasy Japanesey. There's nothing easy. Easy peasy. Yeah, easy peasy. Let's see. That's that. So that's how you make that. Now, what I want to do, I already know going in that I am going to be doing some layering or some faux layering. So let me think. If I have a 5x7 card base and I want to make a matte layer, let's see, I am going to, whoops, keep losing my mouse. Why do you keep moving on me? Oh my god. Okay, there, I just saw it. There you go, there you go. So for my first matte, I'm going to click this. I want to do a card base again. Close you because I don't need you. Close this part. I'm going to take this. I'm going to change this to, let's see. I'm going to eighth of an inch gap. So 1/8 of an inch gap. So I'm going to do 4.8. Whoops. 4.875. Okay, by, let me make sure I got my dimensions right. That is the width by 6.875. Okay, that'll give me my card base. Boom, 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 and it's going to fit right there. Okay, make sure everything looks good. It looks a little big. Let me make sure I got everything right. Yep, 4.875 by, okay, yep, so I'm going to lock that down. And if you don't like that, that looks a little too big, you can always go down a tick. We'll start there first. I'm going to change that to blue just so it'll have a little bit of contrast. I'm changing it to a, there we go. I can maybe see it better. Yeah, I think that's a little, I don't have enough white showing. I'm going to bring it down just a tad. So if I want to bring it down, I'm going to duplicate this because I might change my mind. I'm going to duplicate this square. Let's bring it down to the next level. Maybe I think that's too small of a gap. So maybe I want 1/4 of a gap. So let's do this. Okay, oh, sorry. Let's unlock this because I have to decide which size I want. 4.75 by, see, I think that's what that's going to be, like 6 something. 6.75. There we go. Maybe that's more pleasing to what I had in mind. There we go. Okay, yep. Okay. So you can see a little bit of white. Okay, yeah, that's better. I like that. Okay, that's what I'm using. So the reason I said I wanted to change it is I wanted to see a little bit more white around here. Okay, I'm gonna hang on to that one. Might use that later. Okay, so that's gonna be in the front. So I got a blue layer. So this is a Mother's Day project. So I'm gonna go to images now. I'm gonna type in, oh, let's see what they have. Watercolor Mother Day. I just don't know what I'm gonna get. Those are pretty. Not quite what I was looking for. Those are flowers. Those are pretty. I was looking for Mother's Day backgrounds. Let's see that. Let's see what we got. Mother's Day backgrounds. I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. Okay. That's kind of not what I was looking for. La 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 la. You can go through here. That's not what I'm looking for. I did bookmark something. Where's my bookmarks? There we go. Not sure what this is, but I found that. Alright, so I like that. So that's a little bit too big for what I want. I don't know what I was searching for in here. I just was typing Mother's Day. I have no idea how I found that image. Okay, so that's, I like that, right? Like I said, it's a little bit too big. I'm going to bring this one in too, because I might change it up. That's nice and pretty. Oh, that's pretty behind that blue. Okay, either way, if I do decide to do another card. Okay, I'm just looking. Let me put in Mother's Day again. If I know how to spell. Mother's Day. Let's see what I get. I want that bookmarked. Images. I want print then cut. Okay, there we go. That's how I did it. Here we go. So you get all of these items. So you can just scroll through. And I went over here to refine my search. I saw that one. That one's cute too. It's a little funky one. Oh, let's see. So you just kind of, oh, that's pretty too. And let's see if you can get, oh, it usually says more like this, but I guess they don't have any more. But that's cute too. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay, I got that one. Okay, best mom ever. Okay, I think I'm done looking. Call you mom. Call me mom. Okay, that's pretty neat. And I might come back through and get here. So let's see. So if I was gonna say, so say this is my panel. So this is my panel. Come on, duty dude. Let me close you because I don't need you. Boom. And I want it to like nestle or be nested inside that light blue panel. I want to move this. I definitely want to change these dimensions. So I'm going to keep the proportion lock on, and then I'm going to do, let's see, just do 4.5 right here, and let's see what it gets me. That's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. That's what that looks like. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure I grab these two. Whoops. These two. Yep. And then I want to center. So I'll go ahead and center this. And then I'm actually going to not cut this like this panel by itself. I want a kind of like a faux panel. So I'm going to flatten those two layers together. So it's going to print out in one unit. Okay. Sorry about that. I had a phone call that I had to take. So, as I was saying, this area here will print out as one unit, and then I don't have a separate blue layer, but you could. You could just cut this independently out of some blue cardstock. But I just thought, oh, that would be clever. Everything's lined up. I don't have to space it. I don't have to do anything. It looks fine. And then I can attach this as one panel and then pop this whole thing up. Okay, so that takes care of that. I really didn't have to do a lot to this. It is as it's nice as it can be. And then if you wanted to make another card, you know, you don't have to do that. You can use this as is, just for the full panel. So if I wanted to make this the full thing with no matting or no matte layer behind it, then that would just be 5, which is an idea. And then you can just make that 7. Hopefully it won't distort it too much. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then if you like to see the little white behind it, which I kind of do, I would just bring it down a tick. Maybe 2 ticks. There we go. If I would, you know, you can actually change this if you wanted to do this on a different card, like a pink cardstock. Let's say if I duplicate this, so let's just take this one and duplicate it. And then let me change the color of that particular item. And let me make that a pink. I really wish Design Space had a color picker. It's really annoying that it doesn't allow you to pick a color from the image. But that might be pretty neat. Oh, I thought it was together. Look at that. What happened right there? Wow. Don't know why that wasn't centered anymore, but let's detach it. Let's go back and center the line again. Center. Really? That's how you're gonna play? Okay, there we go. And then let's attach it one more time. And then that kind of looks, and let me bring this to the front. I'm going to right click on that and bring to the front. And then there, that would look nice. Kind of gives you a visual. Now if I was going to put this, if my card base isn't, if it isn't going to be, just trying to get it centered. white, then I would take this. So let's move it this way so you can kind of get a feel. I feel like I'm just shifting, flying around. Just flying, flying, flying. But this is usually how I design in Design Space. Bring this back to the front. Keep it like it is and change that color to white. And then this would just cut out white so I could do my sentiment. So there, that's an idea there. That looks pretty nice. If I was going to do an inside sentiment, so if I was just going to use my Cricut pens, I would click on text here. Let's see. And then you can type whatever personal message you would like. Let's see. Happy Mother's Day to the best mama ever. Best mama. Or something to that effect. And then I would go ahead and get that tidied up. Make it a little bit smaller. Then I would go under Style, and I would just click on Writing and let it change its thing. Let's do its magic. And then I would, my Cricut pen, see, so it's set up here under Operations, so I can tell it to use whatever color. Like, let's say you want to use that raspberry color pen to kind of match this. There you go. What I would do now, let me get it over here. Let's get these two layers, and then I would just want to go ahead and get it centered. Whoops, nope, don't like that. Let's get it centered horizontally. And then I can just move it up a tick. And I'm just using my arrow to pop it up a little bit. To give it some extra flair as well, I would go back to Images. And whoops, and then I would go, oh, those look pretty. Those kind of match those flowers. So I'll just grab that. Okay, yeah, that's pretty clever. Let's close this out. And then I would add these flowers. You can kind of add them, decorate the inside of the panel. Oops, I really want to turn it. If I can get it to turn up a little. You can put them here. You could stick them here. I want them a little on an angle. I will make sure I do this and this cherry blossom and attach it. Flatten. Okay, let's bring Best Mom up forward. So basically what I've told the system is use the pens for Mama, make this a print and cut, and then write on here. So when I go to make it, you'll see this says print and cut. So now I have an inside sentiment that's decorated with flowers that kind of sort of match this theme here. And then you can kind of do the same thing with this one. You can decide what you want to do with that one. You could play with that. That would be pretty interesting. And let's do, so if you didn't want to do another 5 by 7, you could do a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But let's just make that a little bit bigger. That's pretty too. That's really rustic. So you could change this panel out as well. It's probably goes good right here. Yep. And that would look good there. Actually, I would, if I was doing this, I would definitely be looking at the colors. Let me make it a little bit bigger, because then I could kind of use some craft cardstock behind that, or a real mustardy yellow color. or maybe a mint color. You know, that would be really cute. I just wish I could go in and pick this color or this color and do a panel in Design Space. I think that's the one thing it's missing, is a color picker. Like take that color, do a square and pick that color and make it a custom color. But what do I know? But that's the idea behind those. So I went ahead and already did these ahead of time. I can just zoom back out a little bit. I already have these printed out and done and ready. I thought I was picking a butterfly. I did a dragonfly there. I think that's cute. And then I kind of did the same thing here. I put my inside sentiment, put the cards here. If you didn't want to fuss about this, you could actually flatten this whole thing and then it'll just do the whole thing. Let me just reflatten it again. And now you don't have to use your Cricut pen. It'll just do the print then cut and then you'll be good to go. And you don't even have to fiddle with your pens. And that might be one less step. So these would be the 2 print then cuts, and then this would be cutting out like that. I like that. I'm gonna hang on to that one. Might change the sentiment around. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that one. I think I have one more Mother's to do. Yeah, so let me do this. I'm going to go ahead, since I've got all these printed out already and cut out, I'm going to hide those because I don't really want those. Whoops. Hide. And then I'm going to cut this one out too, the one that I just made. I know I could have just grouped everything, but sometimes it gives me a chance to blink. I don't need this one because I already got that. I'm going to hang on to that image just in case I need to pull out another card. I'll already have it. And I think I'm going to rethink this and I'll be right back. I got to rethink this sentiment, but I'm definitely cutting this out. And hopefully I can find some peachy color paper, but I want this to print out first before I get here. But I'll be right back. Let me think about my sentiment because this is on the fly. I hadn't planned on cutting and printing out and cutting out another one, but I think I'm going to do that because I don't have 3 of them. I need 3 possibly. One moment and I'll return. Okay, I am back. I went ahead and found a nice quote. Let me shut this down here. Okay, because I was looking for a quote. Make that a little bit bigger so I can see it just a tad. Okay, it is, oh yeah, moms have kindness of an angel and patience of a saint. Sometimes I think I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So we're going to use that one. I am going to make sure that it is centered there. Oh yeah, that looks good. I usually like it up further, but I think that looks really cute. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But there we go. Okay, we'll do it again. There. We'll do that. And now it's centered. There. I want to go up a little more with that. Just a tad. Just go up a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. So now I will flatten that again, and this will be one nice big piece. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. All right, I'm going to make that one. Okay, let me hit save on this. Let me save. So now that it is saved, I can save myself a step when I click on. I would like to do it on my Joy, but I haven't. You can't. Doesn't have a score thing, so I'm gonna make it on my Maker 3. So I'm gonna click Make, and I got 2. So let's evaluate. So I've got my insert. I got my thingy bob here. I'm not sure why that's printing. I don't need all that. Obviously, I didn't hide everything. Okay, so if you're faced with this, and you don't want those to print, you just go here and hide. I don't need a second one of these. Hide. And then I'm left with this one, and let's evaluate this one. Alrighty. So I'm going to come back when I get this cut out, and then I've got 3 cards to put together. Change things up a little bit. So remember I said I was going to wait and see what this turned out before I picked my color, but I just picked whatever I saw on the screen because it did kind of look good, because I was kind of going for that color. But I saw the Mother's Day color in this turquoisey looking color, so that's what I chose my card base, and I think it turned out an excellent choice. So what I need to do now is just make sure that I fold over my card. Again, I'm not a big, don't do a lot of 5x7 cards. Let's make sure everything's tidy. And this is not usually I use a heavier weight cardstock, so it's kind of good that I got 2 panels. Even though it's scored, I just want to make sure I get everything lined up as best I can. Okay, there we go. Bone folder. Let's do that. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. Oh, yeah, that's nice. And then that's going to be the inside of the cord. That's going to look nice, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Got my little glue. Put this back over here. Just go ahead and put this down. Now, if you want to add any embellishments at this point, or any other embellishments, you're free to do so. You know, because you can always jazz it up. That way, boom, 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 because I don't want to get it. That looks like that's off a little. You can tell. Let's go back up. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. There we go. I didn't. Inside done. I think. I don't think I'm. Do I want to pop that up? Yeah, let me just do a little pop up. Just a little pop up. A little dimensional. Oh, yeah. Let me put on my little, I tried to make sure I grabbed everything this time. Always forgetting something on the other side of the craft room. So I made sure I tried to grab everything. Kind of do it that way. Don't have to, like a neater cut. Let's just do that. Oops. So give it a little bit of rigidity. Boop, 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 boop. Do, do, do. Okay, let's make sure. Oh yeah, that's gonna look nice. Nice little 3D dimensional there. Oh no, you can feel it. Let me go in between. This is some thin paper. I'm used to thicker paper. One right there. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, Mother's Day. Okay, now let's take the backer off. Do not want to make a mess. I really don't want to have to clean up these little strips. Doop, 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 doop. So I am crafting ahead. So if you're still with me at this point, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking it out. I really do appreciate it. Because you could be doing something else with your time other than hanging out with me on my crazy crafting adventures. I know Willie was supposed to join me today. I was hoping he would, but he had to work on his car. He's on a mission. He's a man on a mission. Maybe I'm going to have to stand up because I really can't. Okay. Because I really can't see everything. Things look good. Let's see. Okay. We'll just call that done. Oops. We will call that done. Now I could put some sparkly bits here in the centers of the flowers. But that's card done. One done. Okay, let me grab the other ones. Have them in here. So there's these two. And then this two. And where's the... Yep, here we go. I got another project I'm going to use that for. That's pretty paper. Pretty paper. But I'm going to keep it nice and clean and safe. Alright, so we'll kind of do the same thing. Here's that card. So we'll go ahead and do the inside of both of them first. These are already done, pre-printed. I didn't have to do anything, pre-cut. So I just have to lay that down. Boop, doop, doop. There we go. Glue, 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 glue the panel. I'm really happy that summer's here, but I really despise it on some level. Because it's so nice not to have flies. And then, because Willie's going in and out of the door, we're letting the dogs out. That's this one. This is going to be this. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be pretty too. So, I'm getting all kind of flies in the house. Yeah. Love the heat. Don't like the accompanying insects that come with summer. I'm hoping I can get away with this. I have some ones that'll cover bigger foam tape that'll cover a larger area. I don't know why I don't get it out. I just go to here. Nothing spectacular about this. It's just what's convenient. Move that back up. Oh, I'm to the end of the road. I'm to the end of the road. Don't think I'm gonna make it. Now I'm gonna need some bracing in there because I don't want it to be smushy like that. See? It's popping in. Shall return. That's pretty. I like that. I'll be right back. Grab some more foam tape. Alright, let's finish this up. I am so happy I'm coming to the end of this project. And I can move on to my next project, which is Father's Day. I have no clue what I'm going to craft for that. Yeah, this is a little bit wider, but still. Hey, it's from the Dollar Tree, y'all. There's nothing more I can say about that. I'm going to use it because it is just to prop up the card base. Oh yeah, that's good. Really like this blue and yellow. It's really pretty. So we'll be pulling that out. So some more crafting ideas again. Whoa, that's the first time I've seen that happen. Appreciate you guys being here with me, spending their time. If you like to see me do something different, or you have something planned, or want to see me tackle something, leave me a comment in the description. Be happy to try something new. I'm always looking for something new. I'm going to have to stand up again. Turn it sideways. That's just how it goes with these. They're so big, I can't see over the camera because the camera's looking down. Oh. Give me a little bit of time. It's a little bit wider. Yeah, that glue really helps you if you have to reposition it. Gives you a little bit of time to reposition it. Uh-oh, here comes Penny Monster. I've got, I don't have all three of them here with me in the crafting room, craft room. I have 2 out of 3. They're so sweet. Okay, so that's those 2 and one more. Last but not least, so we'll do the same gyration. Pretty Mother's Love is like no other. I actually could have did one more. I think I'll go back later and do that other one with the sunflower on it. Because I just thought about another mom who could use one. Yep, that looks good. Pop this bad boy up. Maybe I'll go to... I just put it the long way. Actually, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Not sure what I'm going to do for my mom. I need to start thinking about a Mother's Day gift outside of this card. You do know that. I don't know. think about it. Might need to call my mom and ask her what she would like for Mother's Day. I can just get her a gift certificate and let her get what she wants. She might like that. She might like that idea. But you know what I feel like that my next project, because I've been doing a lot of cards, it's either going to be a 3D project or a journal. Don't know which. But I feel like a journal. That's what I feel like doing, like a journal or a notebook or something. And I haven't used my cinch, the thermal cinch in a while, so I'm thinking I might be looking for a project for my thermal cinch. So if you're interested in me doing another, I haven't done one in a long time, haven't even used it for a while. If you're interested in me doing a thermal cinch project, leave me a comment. Yeah, I think I got something in mind for that. I do. Just solidified as I was sitting here thinking. I do have something in mind. I'm standing up, but I don't have my standing desk up high and higher. Should have it a little bit higher, but I don't think you guys need to get seasick by me moving my desk at this late date. So I just continue to stand up to craft. It's always a good thing. Okay. Glue. Glue. I need to make a dollar store run. Glue. Glue these strips. Maybe my thermal cinch and something with some paste. I haven't used any paste either, like lunar, solar, any kind of paste. There might be something to think about. And I've got stuff is in your head, and then you take a different direction when it comes down to executing, because perfect. I'm like a machine with these. These are like big cards. I'm doing big cards. Wow, I've graduated. I feel like a big girl. I went from A2 to 5x7. So those are the 3 cards down. Love it. I can't believe I've got them done. I'm so excited. If you like what you've seen, just remember to like, subscribe, or comment and provide support to our channel as we grow. And I will talk to you guys next time. But yeah, leave me a comment for my next project if you'd like to see something like my thermal cinch and some solar or some paste projects. So talk to you soon. Bye.